Hi, guys. You're listening to Thinking Outside of the Cube, a Qube Gallery podcast produced by Katie and Gabby. There will be a series of 6 podcasts with exhibiting artists together with a curator for some storytelling about their art, their exhibition, and whatnot. Anyway, we'd like to welcome you to our first episode featuring the artist and the curator of Camping Trip Part 2.
Hello,
Hi.
I am Terence. I'm from Quezon City.
Hello. My name is Mark. I'm an artist based in Makati.
Hi, I'm Reen Barrera. I do sculptures and paintings. I live in Manila, Caloocan.
Hi, I'm JT Gonzalez. I'm curating the show with these three talented artists. I live in Manila also.
How are you guys feeling about the exhibit coming up on August 1?
I get what I feel about the upcoming show. I guess it's the same how other artists feel doing a show these days. I mean, Reen just did one, I think yesterday or a few days ago,
Congratulations, Reen.
and I know it feels kind of different without the opening.
Mm.
Even though it's not really just online, they're actually setting it up in the galleries. It feels very different without the reception and without so many people wandering around the gallery and checking out your art. So, because I was looking forward to this show, I mean, the three of us going to Cebu and then interacting with Cebu guests and artists. So, I guess being not present in the exhibit, in the upcoming exhibit, I feel kind of disappointed by that. But nevertheless, I'm excited for the show.
I feel like Terence said. I feel really sad that we don't get to go there in in the exhibit. So yeah, I kind of miss the people.
Yeah.
I kind of miss the opening receptions of the shows. So
And the lechon.
yeah, and
Election.
the lechon, the free lechon.
Um, Experiencing it first, the feeling of having a show without people
Mm.
people around. It's literally I'm having a solo show because
Oh.
I'm alone in the gallery. During the ingress time, I feel the loneliness
Mm.
because
Oh,
because uh it's only me and uh the one who's helping me hang the paintings. We are wearing masks. When I say jokes, I can see if he's laughing or he's just having a straight face. So I'm really excited about the show, the Cebu show, because I get to hang with this amazing artist. But right now we just have to push through and continue what we are supposed to do, and that is to make art. So
I'm also disappointed like the rest of them.
Mm.
We had a great show last year with the first camping trip,
yeah,
and this year was supposed to be the part two, right? And we were gonna have sort of a mini reunion and meet all the friends that we made last time we were in Cebu and eat the same food that we had the last time, including Cafe George. That's free plugging for the desserts
Yeah,
in Cafe George.
the, the best cakes.
So none of you guys are gonna be in Cebu for the exhibit coming up, right? Oh, you guys are all gonna be in Manila because of
yeah.
the ECQ.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you guys planning on doing like a small virtual reunion while the exhibit opens?
Probably on
That's
the fly.
a good idea to make a Zoom meeting during the opening of the show. So somehow we have a human interaction because that's what's lost with the pandemic, the
Mm.
human
Yeah.
interaction, especially when it comes to opening shows. That's supposed to be a celebration, but now how can we do that? We're gonna try. We're gonna figure it out, and let's see.
What do you guys miss most about with the last exhibition?
The beer.
What do you guys miss most about
The last
Sorry.
exhibit. The last
the
exhibit.
last exhibit?
The salsa dancing. Because we attended an impromptu salsa night. I think it's the same area of the gallery. I
Maya.
forgot what
It
the
was
name
in
of the place
Maya.
is.
In Crossroads?
Maya and Crossroads.
Yeah, in Crossroads. in
Yeah.
But
I-
unfortunately, we are not drunk enough to
Crossroads.
dance.
To dance.
do you guys
Yeah,
go?
and Reen rehearsed for 1 year. He tried to study salsa so he could go back to Cebu and demonstrate his salsa
Oh.
dancing skills.
Yeah, last time we weren't prepared, so we were preparing, but
Yeah, too bad.
unfortunately,
Maybe next year
Yeah.
Reen will dance.
So what do you say? Camping trip is just an excuse to go back to salsa dancing? Okay.
yeah. In a nutshell, yes.
Yeah.
I remember you been mentioning that art still needs to push through. Do you think that like, despite if it's art virtual, it still have the same? It does still be methods for it to connect with the like audience who's coming and connect with you guys like between each other.
Yeah, I think so because before the pandemic, the three of us have we can call a little bit of following. So I think even so in that case we are lucky because even if we release the pieces online, I think we can still connect to our people, to the people who are gonna see the pieces. Right?
Yeah, for me, I think it will be so much harder because there's an emotional impact when you see the artwork, right, live, rather than just seeing a picture of it. So I want, for example, the Cebuanos to be able to look at the canvases and the sculptures prepared by the three artists and relate to them and feel the real life impact of those works. And at the same time, there's an impact when the Cebuano audience is talking to the artists and trying to get the artists to tell them, why did you make this? What was the inspiration for it? I mean, what does this mean? And now you won't be able to get that very easily because the artists are there. And I guess, if I were these three artists, I'd be very disappointed because there's nothing like talking to a person and seeing how amazed and how delighted and how happy they are when encountering a work, right? So there won't be that immediate connection that they have with their audience.
It must have been like that for your exhibit in Manila recently, right? Yeah.
I think less than 10 people show up.
Oh.
We are
Yeah, because I think people are scared to go out.
yeah, I understand that, but I don't know. I don't know what will happen, but let's see. We still do our jobs. We still do art. So maybe
You should keep it up.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
should keep it up.
Yeah.
Art
Yes.
shouldn't die.
Art is essential.
Art is essential. I totally agree.
So for me, because I have another show coming up, so I think
Congrats to Terrence.
no, so I think my answer is like in general for all art exhibitions, not just for our show. I mean, the group show in Cube. So I'm still exploring on how to engage with the audience with this new format. Because before it's really physical, like very experiential. Like you set up installations and they get to see it live. So now I'm still kind of figuring out a way to do that virtually, knowing that maybe less than 10 people will actually see your artwork. I mean, how do you connect with them if they just see it in photos, basically?
Yeah.
So I'm still figuring that out, and I don't have an answer for that yet. Because I think everyone is new to this, no matter what you're like. If you're a successful artist or you're just beginning, everyone is sort of adjusting to this phase, this pandemic. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
What about you, Jeff Boy, aka Mark?
I I don't know what to say.
So have you guys been like creating more art throughout the pandemic? And if so, like how have you been finding like inspiration?
There's nothing else to do. I mean,
Have you been like grabbing inspiration from like what's happening around for like your artwork, or is it just more like I know for like you guys especially, you guys have like your own kind of universe with Mr. Sasquatch and like the doll figurines and Balloon and Baby Blue Eyes. Like, have you been? Do you think it's like more? You have more opportunity to build on this universe, to build on the universes, I guess. If that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah. During the lockdown, the beginning of the lockdown, I started experimenting on sculptures, using some different kinds of materials,
Mm.
and but I took the opportunity to rest and to
Yeah.
free my mind from deadlines, and I did nothing from the start. I think I take a break for about 2 months, doing nothing, meditating, praying, and
Meditating. Wow. Guru, Reen Guru.
yeah. That's why I grew my beard so that I can meditate more.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Like Jepoy and his beard.
As for me, I have a lot of upcoming shows, so I'm using this time to just focus on my work, just doing things, finishing stuff. Yeah, I'm still busy.
And
Katie, you're talking to the 3 hottest artists in Manila now.
I know I feel really honored right now.
I know.
Honored. I
We're
feel
just normal people.
yeah. Sorry if I'm really like shy too. I get really like stuttering.
We are shy too. Don't worry.
I'm the most shyest person
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Gabby's like asking, especially JT with your article on the Freeman. Like, what do you think art's role is in an emergency?
Well, I think for a lot of people, it's a stress reliever. It allows your mind to not focus on the negative, but instead think of something positive or beautiful or inspiring, or something that allows you, maybe escapist also, to escape from the horrible. So there's art. We all know art can be therapeutic. So it has a role in helping people overcome their mental challenges. Yeah.
The article you wrote about like how art is nourishing and flourishing, I like that was such a beautifully written piece, by the way. Like,
Thank you.
but so
I
like,
misspelled the name of Reen, by the way. It's not Rene.
I'm
It's Reen.
ready.
Sorry, Reen.
Reen Barrera.
Rene.
No, I
It's
I
an
treasure
autocorrect.
those moments. I collect them in my memory. So I have my name misspelled a lot of times. So
in a way, how do you think the pandemic has like altered art? Like, how do you think the pandemic will affect like future exhibits to come, and like not just within the near future, but in the long future as well?
a lot of artists take a lot from pain, suffering, and with that they create something beautiful. So like Pablo Picasso, in the death of his friend, he have created a series. So I think after this pandemic, a lot of artists, hopefully the three of us, will come up with something.
Pandemic related.
Yeah,
Something
pandemic
painful.
related.
No
Yeah.
naman.
No, it's okay if it's painful, because it can be printed in our books in the future. So there's an era wherein we are in pain, like that.
Like Picasso's like blue period, right? Like his
Yeah,
blue,
yeah.
Yeah.
I am thinking about the future now. So
Yeah, I think the pandemic really affected how the exhibits are going to go. What my fear is that if it comes to a point where collectors stop buying art, then it's gonna be hard for us, you know.
Actually had a bad dream like a few days ago, and I hope it doesn't happen. So I forgot who the artist is, but there's an artist and he had this show, he had this solo show. But like a week before his show opens, he contracted coronavirus.
Oh.
I mean, it's a
Yikes.
bad dream. It's a
Yeah.
bad dream. And no one wanted to buy his artwork because they were afraid
Ah,
that it's
Yeah.
contaminated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and then when I woke up, I just thought about it that it might happen actually. I mean, what happens if an artist he puts up a show and then it's not impossible that he gets it?
Mm.
Will
Yeah.
people go to his show and will people buy his artwork? So
Mm.
I honestly, I still don't know what will happen in the future. I don't even know how art fairs will look like
Oh,
next year. Or there are a lot of art fairs that
yeah.
happen in and out of the country. I don't know how it's gonna look like
Yeah.
now because
Especially
I
with the,
don't think it's gonna be the same.
yeah, especially with the restrictions on travel between places. So,
Yeah.
do you have any thoughts, JT, as well?
It really depends on how long this epidemic lasts, right? If very soon we find a vaccine or a cure, then very quickly life will return back to the old normal.
Mm.
But if this is stretched out and people keep dying and people keep getting scared and businesses close, then art I think will be super affected because not a lot of people will have disposable income to buy art.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'm trying to be hopeful and trying to think. Okay, there are like 50 companies now trying to make vaccines and to look for a cure all over the world, and hopefully, and it's a race, right?
Yeah.
All those pharmaceutical companies want to be able to be the first to get a vaccine so that it can sell and make so much money and profit. So that's enough incentive, I think, for a cure to be found soon.
But unlike that more hopeful note, like, what are you guys most excited for regarding the camping trip part 2?
that we got sold out.
Oh, it's sold out.
Of course.
Yeah. That's
That
what
you
we're
get sold
hoping for.
out. We will try our best.
For the benefit of our families.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a benefit
How
show
many
actually.
families?
Just one.
Just one family.
We actually had we're actually doing a nice concept for our show. I mean,
Yeah.
because each of us has their own like world. Like
Mm.
Reen has his own world, I have my own world, and then Mark has his own world, and we kind of did a crossover thing. I mean, the one that you see in shows, like
Yeah.
in movies. So it's like my character, you see it in Reen's world, you see it in Mark's world, and it goes for everyone. So we're excited to show people because uh, some people follow my work and Reen's work and Mark's work. So I think they'd be excited to see it sort of intertwined together.
Did
Yeah.
you guys like did you guys like kind of put some of each other's artwork in like your own, like get some inspiration from each other's artwork and put it in your own?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, literally.
So it's kind of like the Avengers of Manila artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense because Avengers is very special to us.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how it comes out because we planned this like maybe more than a year ago, right? Well, a year ago. So I'm really excited to see how they came up with the concept.
Have you seen the artwork yet, JT? Or not
I
yet?
haven't seen anything yet. I'm waiting for them to send me the pictures. They're keeping it in suspense.
Have you guys been planning this exhibit since the first one then? Like, have you been like preparing for part 2 since the first one came out?
Kind of, I guess. I mean, when did we start planning? Like last year. Sometime last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without JT, this is not possible because I met Terrence through JT.
Through me? Really?
Yeah. We first met in our meetings.
Yeah. I remember. At 12th floor.
So I'm a fan of these three artists, right? I follow them separately, and I really thought, what a cool idea to bring them to Cebu for them to have a show together. So that's how we ended up with the show.
Yeah. If it weren't for JT, we wouldn't be here. So thanks, JT.
Thank you, JT.
Katie, make sure you don't destroy that recording, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'll send it to you
I have it on
especially.
tape. I have evidence.
Like if soon and they can become like international stars, you can be like, oh yeah, I put them together. I know it all.
I have proof.
All right, so I thank you guys so much for coming and talking. I really
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you so much for listening to Thinking Outside of the Cube. Please make sure to catch us next time on the next episode of the Camping Trip series.